Hello, and welcome back to Mr. B Teaches History. Today we will examine the ways that even though the states were united as a nation, it still was largely divided into distinct regions. Today we will look at the region of the North, which encompasses the states of New England, the former Middle Colonies, and the states we now call the Midwest: Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, and Wisconsin. So let's get started. The North was the birthplace of industrialization in the United States. The large number of fast-flowing rivers east and west of the Appalachian Mountains made it easy to set up factories on these rivers to provide the mechanical energy to power the factories and machines brought over by Samuel Slater in the early 1800s. The War of 1812 and the tariffs before them stimulated the growth of these factories since we could not buy products from other industrial power, Great Britain. The main source of workers for these factories were unmarried women, children, and immigrants from Europe. The long hours, low pay, and poor working conditions led to many factories unionizing to try and improve their conditions, specifically for a 10-hour workday. The Supreme Court backed the unions by saying that peaceful unions had the right to negotiate with management in the 1842 case of Commonwealth v. Hunt. The abundance of immigrant workers stifled any threats of strikes, and many states passed laws outlawing unions. The economic panics of 1819 and 1837 also made unionization hard due to high unemployment. The industrialization also had an effect on travel in the United States, primarily in the northern states. Many companies attempted to build private toll roads and canals to connect the city with the country to transport their goods. The most well-known of these was the Erie Canal that was built between the cities of Albany and Buffalo, New York. This canal made it possible for goods from the port of New York City to reach the interior of the state cheaply and fast because water travel was faster than travel by wagon. So much so that it was cheaper and faster for farmers in the Midwest to put their products on the boats on the Ohio and Mississippi rivers, ship it down to the Gulf of Mexico, and around the Atlantic Ocean to another port city. Eventually, the steam engine used to create in factories and industry moved to boats to make water faster travel, and then railroad engines competed with canals for carrying both passengers and freights because it was easier to build. The Midwest is considered part of the North during this period because it was intractably linked to the New England. Both were common markets for each other. The farming products and raw materials of the Midwest would be shipped east on trains and canals to feed the factories and people of the East. The factories would then send the finished industrial products back to the Midwestern farmers. These farmers grew mainly corn and wheat, and the farms became more efficient due to the invention of the steel plow and the mechanical reaper. These innovations and several other factors lead to the growth of commercial farming for profit instead of farming just for your needs. First, the land was cheap, sold by the federal government. Secondly, credit was easy to get for farmers to expand their production for more land or equipment. Lastly, the increasing number of markets to sell their food products to. This commercial farming leads to the birth of new cities in the Midwest that would act as key transport and transfer points for farming products. Oftentimes, these new cities processed the farm products to send them to the East and then distributed the manufactured goods from the East.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or clarifications you would like to make about this lecture, please leave a comment below. If you learned something new, please consider leaving a like. If you would like to receive notifications of more content like this, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell. If you would like to support this channel and creator financially, please check out the links in the description for merchandise or sites that will provide me direct financial support for the work of this channel. Thank you for your time and have a great day. Class dismissed.